Holy crap. Crypto's falling right now. A lot of leverage is being wiped out of the market. We're talking hundreds of millions of dollars worth of longs being liquidated. Bitcoin's falling down to hit 62.5. Altcoins are down. Ethereum's down under 3,000. I want to talk about why that is and what we can do right now, whether we should be worried or not. And with me, guess who I have? Guess who I have? Connor Kenny, the one and only.
It's me.
It's him.
How surprising.
He's that guy.
Yes, it is I.
We'll put Connor's information underneath the video. Otherwise, if you want to just search for him after the video's done, it's really easy to find.
Yeah, come
Connor.
and follow me, because we recently got 10 to 100x on the channel. So if you want that sort of stuff, there's a link to my video down there in the description.
Yeah. While we were in Nashville, he wasn't thinking about only Bitcoin like me.
Yeah.
He was actually
I'm not a boring
trading some
Bitcoin
nerd. But yeah, so the crypto market's falling. Bitcoin's down significantly. By the way, if you do want to trade, there is a link to Margex underneath the video. You can long the market if you feel like we're going to bounce. You can also short the market if you think we're only going to fall down from here, because I see a lot of FUD going around on Twitter. I see Whale FUD Capital, or Whale FUD, talk about how this is the new bear market. So if you feel like that too, maybe you want to make some money on the downside. But what's happening? Well, we have a couple different things happening here today. We had Amazon earnings last night. Actually decent earnings. Imagine having a company as big as Amazon growing earnings by 95% in a year, and you miss by less than 1% on revenue, and you fall down 9% the next day. That's the kind of market we're in, because they had weak guidance apparently, and they missed revenue slightly. That, in addition to what happened this morning, which is the fact that we saw unemployment numbers come in higher than expected, it's causing the market to freak out a little bit. Crypto's falling down, but also the traditional markets are down. Yesterday, the markets were down 1.5%. The NASDAQ was down around 1.5%. Today, down 2.3%. We've seen a drop of maybe 10% on the NASDAQ overall, 10-15%, with a lot of stocks falling down even more than that. Some of the best companies in the world falling down. So when that happens, obviously people take away from crypto as well, either because they're going to invest in the stock market, or they're just like, holy crap, I need to sell my risk on investments or lower my risk in general. A lot of people are now talking about the SAHM. Is that what it's called? The SAHM indicator?
SAHM, yeah.
Yeah. Talking about how basically there is a sign of recession because of unemployment going up pretty drastically over the last year, and how every recession we've had, this indicator has gone off. Now, we have had 2 false positives where it showed that we could have recession and we didn't have recession. We were talking about it over on Connor's channel. You know, there is some cause for concern with unemployment moving up. Now, personally, right, I've been through this before. I've said many times on the channel, I'm very heavy into Bitcoin in my crypto portfolio, and outside of crypto, I still have a lot of investments. I'm very well diversified, so I can handle these kinds of markets, to be clear. Like today, I'm not nervous at all. Like nothing. Like I feel nothing. But I realize if you're...
I feel nothing. I feel nothing at all. Nothing.
But I realize some people that are in altcoins, like Ethereum, right? It's down 10% or so, 6% on the day. It can be really stressful. But I think we have to remember long term, first of all, that this could actually be a fake out, where this gives the Fed a good reason to actually lower rates faster than expected, whether it's more basis points at the next meeting or whether they do an emergency meeting. In the meantime, they could go and lower rates. Unemployment's going up, earnings are looking a little bit rougher. This could give them a good out, and then we could get into that lower rate environment faster than people expect. Also, if you're just holding Bitcoin, does it really matter, right? We're moving into a lower rate environment. There's some fun about recession. Maybe you have to hold on to Bitcoin a little bit longer, but you know, we're at 63,000. I don't think it's any cause for concern. We were just at 70. That was the recent peak. So we're down 10%, 11%. I'm not worried today, but I understand that there are a lot of people that have gotten wiped out. There are a lot of altcoins that are down significantly, and it does freak out the market. But I think we need to look long term. Again, if some people are worried this is the top of the market, because there are some signs, right? There are some signs that we peeked out, whether it's, you know, actors and famous people making meme coins, or whether it's your friends and family reaching out to you, the new all-time highs, RSIs, whatever it is. But you have to remember, this would be the fastest crypto market of all time, the shortest market of all time, and with everything that's happening, keep in mind, I keep on talking about the long-term with Bitcoin and everything that's changing in the background. We have the biggest asset managers starting to push. Just today, we saw Morgan Stanley approve it so that financial advisors could start pushing Bitcoin ETFs. We have BlackRock buying up everything. We have multiple politicians talking about crypto and Bitcoin and strategic reserves. We have RIAs starting to talk about Bitcoin. We have pensions buying. We have interest rates that are supposed to come down. We have almost everything that would line up for a perfect bull market. And I think in retrospect, in a year, it's going to seem so obvious, but this kind of up and down motion and these moments of uncertainty are what the whales use to manipulate people out of positions. There are people that go and write articles or have Twitter pages just to FUD people out of the market so that they can buy lower prices on their bags. Now, again, if you do want to trade, if you think we are falling down further, you can check out the link to MargX. If you do think we're gonna bounce off here, you know, to be clear, I have said before that I like to leverage long when we're at or near supports. So we're at, let's say 63 now. If we get close to 60,000, I'm probably opening up a long position on BTC with some other form of collateral like Solana. I've done that before and it's worked out really well, because then when the market goes up, inevitably Solana will outpace Bitcoin and I can put Solana as my collateral. And with a 5x, let's say, on BTC, that puts my liquidation point around 48K, which is well below and several lines of support below where we've fallen in the recent months. Now, Connor, what do you think about this market? I'm gonna try to keep it short so that way this video will actually upload. But what do you think about this market? What, are you worried today or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie and say that it's not painful to see my altcoin portfolio go down the way it does, but this is something you get very used to. When the market is good, we significantly outperform Bitcoin maxis or the S&P 500 or the overall market. When the market goes down, we significantly underperform. We do worse, our portfolios go down. But if you zoom out, I'm still in a very good position. The positions we started are still very much positive. Some of the positions we started more recently are negative, but these are the opportunities. When the market gets fearful, as long as you are investing into things you actually think are gonna do well, then you're fine to just buy some more in a market situation like this. With that said, if you're in meme coins that have no utility, if you're in projects that you only bought because there was some hype around it, this is just a learning curve. You're probably gonna lose that. They may not bounce back. They may bounce back, don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you to buy or sell anything, but they may bounce back or they might not. So it's just simple. You just need to understand the market. If this is your first time where you got in maybe at 70K, at 65K or whatever it was, right? And now this is the first time you're feeling pain. This is just a normal ebb and flow of the market. We may, worst case scenario, go back into a bear market. But what do I have to tell you for that? Look at every other bear market in the past. It has been significant opportunity. You need to just take advantage of the opportunity unemotionally. If we go into a recession now, I think at first this is going to spook the market. Bitcoin will probably fall, S&P 500 will probably fall. And then what happens after the market gets really scared? The same thing that happens every other time. We go parabolic. The money printers turn on. Everyone who had cash in the moment where the market panicked manages to buy assets, and those assets go absolutely wild. Look at the COVID crash. Look at every other recession in history. I'm not just talking about crypto. I'm talking about stocks. I'm talking about real estate. I'm talking about everything. But you have to be able to be in a position to make it through. So a moment like this is where we realize we shouldn't be over leveraging our positions. We should not be investing money we can't afford to lose. And like me and Sam always talk about, DCA is king. I never think it's a good idea to go all in on anything. You want to set aside an amount of money every single month that you're happy with, and you slowly dollar cost average. If the market crashes right now 50%, I don't think it will, but if it does, this is the month where you put in the same amount of money, but you buy twice as much of the same asset, right? If Bitcoin, if it's a stock, if it's a miner, if it's whatever it is, if it's gold, obviously that's not going to crash 50%, but you can understand what I'm saying. So with that said, you got to try and find excitement in moments like this, like Sam's talking about. When the market is pushing downwards, I use it as an opportunity to get long. I put stop losses that I put limit orders that progressively get bigger as the market goes down, and I try and catch those trades. And again, like I just said, anything I put into those trades, I normally use isolated margin, and anything I put into those trades, I'm okay with losing, because it's, at the end of the day, that's possible. If you don't want to lose anything, right, there's one way. You buy Bitcoin over time and you denominate what you value in Bitcoin. Because 1 Bitcoin, 0.1 Bitcoin, 0.0001 Bitcoin will always be that amount of Bitcoin. All right? So that's the only way you're not going to lose anything. But you may lose dollar value over time, or you may gain absolutely massively from taking advantages of moments just like this. So with that said, guys, I'll leave you with Sam. But remember, if you want some degen craziness, right? I do like Bitcoin and Ethereum a bit, but I also like to be a little bit crazy. So there's a link to my video of my channel down there in the description. Come and join. I'll see you over there, but also stay with Sam because he's all right. We give a little bit of a different take on the market, so it's worthwhile following us both.
Yeah, so I'll just end with this. Keep in mind, usually the best times to buy for the long term are when the market's scared, when there's uncertainty. Of course, you can fall down a lot after that, to be clear. Like if you had bought at the first stage of uncertainty, the last bull market, when we were at, let's say 45K, yeah, we went down a lot further, but you waited out long enough and you get good returns. So honestly, like if you are thinking about dollar cost averaging, it's probably not the worst time. If we fall down though, I just expect if you do dollar cost average, for us to fall down a little bit further. That is good. I think you generally want to do the opposite of what the market's feeling. So if the market's greedy, yeah, you sell. Just like when we went up to 74, everyone was thinking we're gonna go up to 80, then 100. You take a little bit off the table. When we have days like this, probably a decent time to DCA. But let us know your thoughts on this underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you do want to trade, there's that link underneath the video. Go check out Connor's channel as well, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Peace.